Walther WMP. That's a Walther Magnum pistol in 22 Magnum rimfire. We did a couple reviews on this. We did a tabletop and also a range review a couple of years ago. I'm going to post those up here in the video. But this is back out on the range for 22 Tuesday. Stay with me. Thanks for dropping in while we look at the Walther WMP again out here on 22 Tuesday. And if you go back and look at those other videos, again, I'll post the links probably up here somewhere throughout the video for those the range review and the tabletop review. You'll notice in the initial range review, I'm coincidentally wearing the same shirt. Hadn't planned that when I put it on this morning to come out and review this pistol. In that initial range review, I asked a question. I asked, because I was just shooting back with the iron sights then, and with it comes with two different rear sights. With the one that came mounted, I was shooting high, replaced it with a secondary sight, and I was shooting low. Finally got it fairly well centered. In fact, the first shots in the initial video were high left. And no, a lot of people commented that I'm pulling the gun left. I'm not pulling the gun left. I've got enough time behind triggers over the last several decades, 500,000 rounds or more, and I know what I'm shooting. Anyway, that's not the case. So I asked in that video, should I put an optic on? I gave kind of three choices. If I remember right, I said the Holosun 507 C series. Asked about the Swamp Fox Liberty or Justice, and also the Bul Armory, and you'll see that it has Bul or Bul, depending on how you want to pronounce it, MS-2 red dot on it. Most of the votes that came into the comments were for the Holosun, because that is the more popular one. Did have several votes for the Swamp Fox. A couple people did say try out the Bul Armory, so I did. Here it is, and we're going to shoot it today with this optic on it. Some other things we mentioned in the other video: 5-slot rail, orange fiber optic front sight, and again, just a drift adjustable rear sight, but two different options that come for the height of the sight. It does have 15-round magazines. Now these are polymer with a steel lining. I had one comment in the original video, no, these are steel magazines with polymer on the outside. Okay, potato, same thing. 15 rounds. It does have the little pull tabs you see on 22 magazines. Nice thing about this though, and I'm not going to let chamber around yet, but there are 4 different ways to release the magazine. You can push on the button from the right, although it does take quite a bit of force to get it in or to move that from the right hand side to get the magazine out. In fact, I'm not able to do that right now. From the left, you've got buttons on both sides, so you don't have to switch the buttons over. However, it also has what I like is the European style mag release. There's one, instead of being one mag release that's on both sides of the trigger, this actually has 2 separate mag releases, one on each side of the trigger guard. So no matter how you want to do it, you can pop the magazine out. Ambidextrous slide stop lever. No safeties on it, although this is a hammer fired gun, not a striker fired gun. Good aggressive slide serrations on it, front and rear, but again, it's strictly a blowback gun. There's no tilting, locking barrel or anything, not even a bull barrel, but it does rack fairly easy. Polymer guide rod. The ports up here in the slide have no bearing other than to maybe lighten the slide a little bit. There's no ports in the gun, in the barrel, to compensate for it. Typical trigger tab. Very, very nice trigger, however. The Walther literature says the trigger pulls at 4.5 pounds. On my Wheeler gauge, it comes out to just under 3, which is really nice. Typical tab on it. Short, we are unloaded. Short trigger press. No over travel. And short, fairly short, tactile, audible reset. With the magazine and 16 rounds of, so 50 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber, of 40 grain ammunition, it comes out to 29.4 ounces. And it's still a light gun, aluminum slide, polymer frame. Enough talking about it for now, though. Let's shoot it. We shot it before at various distances with iron sights. I'm not going to bother with 12. Yeah, I'm going to do 12. I'm going to run 12 quick, and then we'll go over to 25. Walther WMP and 22 Winchester Magnum rimfire. I got 15 rounds of Aguila loaded up in here now. Walther, in their owner's manual, says that you should only use approved ammunition, and I had to dig some. You go back to the original video, you'll see a copy of what I pulled off their website. Says what's approved, what's not. Aguila is not recommended. In fact, they say don't use Aguila. It worked for me. I'm going to work it here at 12, and of course take it over to 25. We have to start out by asking Alice, of course, and then the plates. works there. Let's go over to 25. And let's start out with the orange raccoon. Yellow crow next to him. Oh, come on. There we go. Head flipper on the black silhouette. Barely. All right, how about the white woodchuck? How about the yellow standing prairie dog? 12-inch way over there on the left. Oh, wait a minute. I got the head flipper out on the red silhouette. Let's see if I can get that back. And I hit it, but didn't get it back. Slide does stay open on the last shot. That Aguila mag, now Walther again says don't use it, but the Aguila ammunition worked just fine for me. Let's take it over to 50 yards and see what it'll do. Got a magazine loaded up with 15 rounds of CCI Maxi Mag, 40 grain varmint ammunition, and it's supposed to be moving at about 1,875 feet per second. Probably not out of a 4.5-inch barrel. So let's just see what it'll do out of this Walther with a 4.5-inch barrel. By the way, it does have slide stop levers on it, but it's very difficult to use as a slide release. You can do it, but it's a little tight. 50 yards, getting windy out here. Let's just see if that's going to affect me at all. Let's start out with a gong, silver gong on the left. How about the white 16-inch, black center? All right, how about the 10-inch to the left of that? 8-inch below that. 6-inch to the left of that. All right, now that we got some small game out there. There's a top row, there's 3 of them there. See if I can get the one on the right. How about the one next to it? I don't even know what it is from here. One next to that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I scared him down or not. Below that, kind of in the weeds, there's 3 more. Start right to left, see if I can get any of those. Now I got the silhouette above it. Nah, go to the middle one. The answer is, got the last one on the last shot. Walther WMP. Walther Magnum pistol, hammer fired 4.5-inch barrel. Nice light gun with good ammunition. Loud, but good power. Well, 40 grains at 1,800, well, probably not 1,800 feet per second, but whatever it comes out to out of a 4.5-inch barrel. With the Bul Armory MS-2 optic on it, it is working. It's out of the range now for the second time on camera. Do like this little, well, not so little gun you see in the earlier videos. This is pretty comparable to, actually a little bigger than a Glock 17. Still a fun gun to shoot. Thanks for stopping in.